Hello all, thank you very much indeed for joining me. I just wanted to give you an update on Sub-Saharan Africa. So my name is John Round Turner and I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for Abercrombie & Kent in East Africa. So East Africa and Southern Africa have combined forces to create sort of A&K Sub-Saharan Africa. But really for you that is important to note is that we are one team. So any sort of trans-Africa safaris, which we're starting to see a lot of people wanting to do, we're able to give you one point of contact, one proposal, and one point of payment anywhere from Kenya all the way down to Cape Town. This is really aimed at trying to make your life as easy as possible, ensuring that your clients get the same level of service throughout their entire trans-Africa safari. So what I want to focus on is just a little bit of the experiences that we've got within our large region. This will be the only sort of traditional game drive experience that I show you. What I'm trying to do is I want to try and highlight getting people out of the vehicle, the various different options that we've got within East and Southern Africa. So for those of you who are brave and have clients that are brave, then the shark cage diving is a must. This is done off Cape Town. Or how about some horse riding? And people don't need to be expert horse riders. We can do for a variety of different levels. And it can also be done on a modular system. They can do it 1 or 2 hours in the private conservancies in northern part of Kenya, in the Grumeti in Tanzania, or down in southern Africa as well. Or we can do longer safaris for those people who are much more keen horse riders. We can do the safari for a couple of days, private camp, just a great way of being able to see the bush from a very, very different perspective. Well, how about jumping into what they call Devil's Pool, right on the edge of the Victoria Falls? Great experience, great addition to your Victoria Falls excursion. Or walking safaris. Zambia is universally known as the home of the walking safari, but it can be also done in Southern Africa, but also in Kenya and in Tanzania. All our guides are very, very good walking guides. They're very experienced. They've all got firearms, but that's very much a last resort. They all know and understand the wildlife. For me, the walking safari is the way of being able to see and experience the East Africa, Southern Africa bush in a very different, very unique, very traditional manner. Cycling. So we can do cycling safaris in Kenya. Again, like the horses, you can do a couple of days if you want, but if you don't want to, you can do 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that, which is absolutely fantastic. Or in Botswana, have a fantastic up-close and personal experience with some semi-tame elephants, really just to see how big these guys are. Learn a little bit about them. These 3 were found hand-raised, so they live in the wild, but they're used to humans. There's no riding, of course. We don't condone that in any way, shape or form, but just a great experience and great pictures can be taken here. Also for the brave is bridge swinging. So you're basically swinging between a fixed point that's spread across the bridge. So it's not bungee jumping, but you just jump and you swing between the bridges. And then a reminder of culture. Across East and Southern Africa, a huge number of different tribes. An amazing experience just to spend some time with any one of them, whether you're in South Africa or whether you're with the Samburu girls in northern part of Kenya. And finally on the experience is something that a lot of people want to do is climb Mount Kilimanjaro. We've got a fantastic Kilimanjaro climbing operation in our office in Tanzania. A lot of people don't realize that, so this is just as a reminder. We have a 97% success rate of getting people to the summit. Just to put that into context, that's the average on the mountain is about 60 to 65%. Huge number of reasons why we're that good. I won't go into all of them, but please, if you've got clients who are keen on Kilimanjaro, do please let us know. Of course, the growth of multi-generational family travel is huge and is continuing to grow, which we're all for. Can't be anything better than having 3 or even 4 generations of one family on safari. So when kids get to about 10, 12, they're pretty self-sufficient and they're happily go on the game drives and do the walks, etc. But what I want to remind people is younger kids. People often get a little bit confused or a little bit wary that, oh, I think my kids are too young. I'm here to let you guys know that's not the case. So just the next sort of few slides, I just want to highlight what we can do with younger kids. So for all of our family safaris, we can take child coordinators with us. So this is like a guide for the children. So they're able to relate to the children very much on their level, be able to go through exactly as a normal guide would do with an adult, but really just bring it down to the child's level. They can also look after the kids, allowing the parents to be able to go and do that walk that they've always wanted to do, or just do that game drive on their own because they want to go a little bit further afield. Lots and lots of little things that the guides, the child coordinators can do. Become a Maasai warrior for the day, make your own bows and arrows, or a young explorers style club where you go out and again you get the same level of information that you would do as an adult, but you get it from a kid's perspective, as a kid's point of view. What I think is fantastic with this is you're getting kids excited, you're getting them interested about a world outside, a world that they maybe haven't really thought about exploring. From an agent's point of view, get the kids hooked on Africa young, you're going to have a client for life. And happy kids, happy parents, and that's what they want to take away with them. From my personal side, I have 3 children, all under the age of 7, and they've all been on safari on numerous occasions. And with a bit of planning, it's actually not that difficult, and they love being out in the bush. So I just want to have a brief reminder of people about Uganda. Glorious, glorious country that's just seeing a revival in the number of people that want to go and experience it. Chimpanzees, of course, gorillas is a big part of that, but it also includes chimpanzees. In terms of getting to Uganda, flying into Entebbe, it's actually never been easier. All the Middle East airlines are flying in, KLM, British Airways, Brussels, Swiss. So air access in is great, but also that's very important is getting around Uganda now is also very, very easy. They have a scheduled air service that connects the main national parks. So I want to focus on Kibale, where the chimpanzees are, and Bwindi, but there's a lot more to do and see in Uganda. So please let us know if you've got clients who are wanting to do Uganda, not only as a pre or post to Kenya, Tanzania, but also if they want to do a safari in Uganda as a standalone. So Kibale National Park is where we have the chimpanzees. Often overlooked for this much more famous mountain gorillas, but a fantastic experience. If you've got clients who want to do gorillas, mention the chimpanzees to them. They are fascinating to watch in the wild. They really are utterly unique animals. They're such fun. So Kibale Forest is very, very straightforward, quite easy walking, relatively flat. As you can see, it's primary forest, but it's not rainforest. So they can do 2 nights in Kibale and head down to Bwindi National Park. This is where the mountain gorillas are. They have got a bit more time than Queen Elizabeth National Park is also a fantastic option for them. Not quite the same density and diversity of game as Masai Mara, Serengeti, etc., but you get the national park to yourselves. It's sort of a Dear Diary moment when you come across another vehicle, something I love. So down in Bwindi, mountain gorillas, 765 left in the wild, of which 65% of them are actually in Uganda itself. Some amazing animals. Just to spend some time with these guys is really a huge bucket list. Somebody turned around to me the other day and said it's not a bucket list item, it's a champagne bucket list item, which I think is very, very true. Gorilla permits in Uganda are currently $600 at the time of recording and $750 in Rwanda. An amazing experience. I would highly recommend it. If you can get clients to do 2 tracks, all the better. We generally find people fall into one of 2 categories. They either forget to take a picture because they're so in awe of what they're seeing, or they spend their entire 1 hour behind the lens of a camera. So their gorilla experience is actually very, very small indeed. So we try and get people to do 2 tracks because they'll never fall into do the same mistake again. Which I think is a great little top tip for you. We like to keep an eye on what's new, and we will pass that information on to you. So I'm going to start off with Tanzania and really focus on the Karatu area. There's a lot happening in Karatu at the moment. So Karatu is quite a small little town, but it's becoming increasingly important. So around Karatu, there's a lot of banana plantations. So there's this tuk-tuk tour that you can take and really get a chance to see a lot more of the local community than you probably would have done on a more traditional safari. So you can go through the banana plantations, you spend some time with the farmers, you can see how they make banana beer, banana wine. You have a chance to taste them if you'd like. Just a little bit of a spoiler alert, it doesn't taste anything like bananas. You can actually also see how these guys use banana leaves in their structures, in their buildings, in their roofing. Go and see the carvers at the carver market and learn about their history. They actually came up from Mozambique originally, settled in Tanzania a while ago. And yeah, just a great opportunity to buy one or two little take-home gifts. And then my personal favorite is the local lunch, fresh cooked, organic ingredients. I mean, absolutely, and just beautifully done. It's very authentic. So you have sort of a meat stew, depending on sort of the meat of the day, if you like, and then a lot of vegetarian options, including matoke, which is the edible bananas that you can cook and eat, rather than the sweet bananas that you'd have as a dessert. Okra, everything else, beautiful, all grown within a stone's throw. Something else that's very unique for us, and we're one of the few people to offer this at the moment, is the quad biking. So you can go much further distances than you can on the tuk-tuks. You go and see the Toga tribe or the Hadzabe tribe at Lake Eyasi. And you can do it as a half day, 4 to 6 hours, or you can do a full day. And the full day would include a couple of hours walking or hiking in the Ngorongoro Crater Conservancy. Great experience, especially if you've got more active people, something unique, something a bit different to do. As you can see, you'll get to see some of the local people as well, and they love photo bombing. So in the Ngorongoro area, you have the Oldiani, which is very new property. It doesn't overlook the crater itself. The crater is on the right-hand side of the image, but you've got these amazing views across the conservation area. Beautifully done, great fixtures and fittings. I think they've sort of gone for a colonial style look, and they've done it very well indeed. As I said, 50 rooms, so for larger groups, fantastic to spend some time at the property there. Also for your multi-generational families as well. Slightly smaller property, but also in Kiratu areas, the Acacia Farm Lodge, only 28 rooms. I say rooms, but they're actually suites pretty much, because they all have their own sort of sitting area, huge veranda overlooking the Ngorongoro conservation area. Food here is absolutely fantastic. I must state that it's absolutely glorious food. And then on Lake Manyara, Kilimanjaro, again, brand new property. This is sort of the sister property to the Oldiani. 50 rooms, quite opulent, but actually a very good price point. Again, you can see the fixtures and fittings they've done is pretty good quality. Great pool, because of its size, it's a great price point, good value for money. Perfect for your larger groups, your multi-generational people who want to make their money go a little bit further. I think this is a fantastic option. And then the Highlands, which is inside the Ngorongoro conservation area, we reckon about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a touch more, to the crater rim. Under construction as we speak, so this is an artist's impression, and I think if they get anywhere close to this, I think it's going to be a glorious property. This is definitely one of the properties I'm really keen to see when it opens. Due to probably open April next year, it might run until June, early June, I'm guessing. Only 10 units, but it's going to be a nice looking property. So yeah, as I said, very keen to see that. And once we've seen it, of course, we'll send you an update. So into Kenya. I don't know if anybody knows, but at the end of 2015, it will be 30 years since the film Out of Africa was released. So sort of in celebration of that, we've created this amazing Out of Africa itinerary. It's got a variety of touch points from the lives of both Dennis Finch-Happ and Karen Blixen. So bottom right there is the 1923 International, a vehicle driven by Robert Redford in the film, owned by a friend of my father's, and he's allowed us to hire it for a few transfers. So we can take clients around the Karen area in that vehicle. So it's sort of a really great way to throw back. Some horse riding up in the northern part of Kenya in Lewa, and also the opportunity to see the actual biplane that Dennis Finch Hatton owned and flew, but then there's also a replica plane that the clients can fly in as well. So it's a great little itinerary. We're the only ones doing it. So it's at a pretty decent price point. Please let us know if you'd like some more information on that. Brand new property in Nairobi. I visited a few days ago, Ololo Lodge. It's basically right on the edge of Nairobi National Park. So your access is through Nairobi National Park. You park the car on the edge of the national park. You walk across a rope bridge over a river, and then you get up to the lodge, which is converted from a private house. What I love about it is it's getting people onto safari straight away. They've actually got a variety of rooms, including 2 tents. So it's great to be able to arrive at the airport. You go straight through Nairobi National Park. No worries about Nairobi traffic, and you go straight into a tented unit. So you really feel like you're getting onto that safari experience straight away. Further north in Kenya, in a place called Loisaba, which is in Laikipia, it's a private conservancy, some great game in there. Elawana are building a brand new property. It's going to be at Loisaba, a tented camp, due to open in March 2016. I love Loisaba. It's peaceful, it's quiet. I've seen some amazing game when I've been up there in the past. So I'm really looking forward to this opening up. And Elawana are also taking over control of the Loisaba Starbeds. So this is they have 3 units. This is the largest one, which has sort of the 2 bedrooms, which would be for families. Basically, they roll your bed out under the stars, so you sleep under the stars under a mosquito net. A great experience, absolutely fantastic. And as I said, they have 3 units, the other 2 being single units, so it's 1 double bed only. And Ngama Mara down in the Masai Mara, I'm pretty sure most people know about this. It's been well marketed, opened in August August 2015. Great property, amazing views. They've done a bang-up job on the creation of this. It's huge tents. The view dominates everything. Food is pretty good as well. As you can see the view there. Definitely one of my top 3 favourite views. Overlooking straight ahead Masai Mara, and on the right-hand side Masai Mara as it goes into the Serengeti. Finch Hattons. This is actually one of the properties on our Out of Africa itinerary. Only been open a few months after about 1.5 years, or maybe even 2 years, closed for a renovation. They've done a fantastic job, built on the marshes and the lake in front. Great views overlooking Mount Kilimanjaro when she's out in force, which is brilliant. But yeah, very comfortable, all tented. There's 17 units there. Lovely property. And then there's only one thing new that I need to keep you up to date about in Uganda, and that is Baker's Lodge at Murchison Falls. We can add Murchison Falls to an itinerary for you, absolutely no problem at all. Murchison Falls is special because it's the narrowest point of the River Nile. It's 21 feet wide, or 7 meters wide, as it goes crashing over the falls. So on the bottom of the falls you can do a boat trip, and you can actually walk right the way up to the top of the falls as well. They've got a rhino breeding program in Murchison as well, which is fantastic to see the rhinos being introduced back into Uganda safari circuit, which is fantastic. That's it from me. There's Baker's Lodge. Nice little property. Great value for money. That's it for me. If there's anything else, please let us know. We're here to help. We love hearing from you. We love keeping you updated. So if there's anything else we can do for you, please do let us know. Thank you very much indeed.